now then, let's move to talk about the future of haptics, since sustainability seems like in the future also, hopefully in the near future. So we can actually transition to the future of haptics topic. And maybe you could, in that topic, you could just talk about the areas where you think haptics can be the most beneficial, right? Or most, maybe the areas where haptics are unexplored or mostly unexplored, and the most surprising areas for haptics from your point of view.
Yeah, so the sort of obvious answer that this is in social communication. I think there is a large untapped potential there. I know there's been some things that have been tried and discarded, but still, I think if we can do these kinds of studies where we have more insights into the fundamentals of these haptic interactions, how they're shaped in a context and shaped in the interaction between people, I think that can give us really important insights in how to redesign our technologies. It might also take a different view on technologies. I mean, technological landscapes these days are very homogenized to, a few brands of smartphones. And so I think it would be very encouraging to see startups trying out different aspects of haptics and really try to break through with maybe niche products or niche approaches, but that can be very meaningful to people. And I think one thing we've learned from the pandemic, at least, is the importance of touch. I think one of the beautiful things, given the situation, was that people tried to find workarounds to still be able to be physically close to each other, right? So you saw these examples of plastic hugging screens, for example. So people really do look for this meaningful interpersonal touch. And if we can find ways to maybe not replace touch, obviously, because that has a special role in face-to-face interactions, but there might be ways that we can either augment touch or provide touch where it's not possible, as in situations during lockdowns, or people simply living far apart. So I think there's still a space that's very much unexplored there.
Okay, so social touch and all kind of aspects of remote communication, right? Emotional support at a distance, right?
Yeah, and I think the encouraging
like
thing
well-being
is that,
aspects.
Yeah, so I think that's all that I think is all very much connected to this sort of social affective touch. Is that if we look at the research on touch, we see very clearly that there are all kinds of health and well-being related effects, and conversely, also a lack of touch is also associated with negative effects on well-being and experiences of loneliness, right? So there are definitely reasons to try to pursue these affective haptics or social touch type of interactions. And I think one of the sort of interesting things is that we now see virtual reality and augmented reality technologies also creating more spatial interactions. And when you create a spatial interaction, so where you have a sense of distance or proximity to another person, you almost automatically also think about touch, right? And these might not be necessarily haptics or integration with haptics where you actually feel the other person, but something like pseudo haptics, so where a visual impression of touch can also create subjective experiences of touch, is, I think, another really interesting domain, especially in these immersive spatial environments, virtual environments.
Right. Interesting. Thank you for sharing this.